Now it is cookery time. We're back in the kitchen with James, who's making a very special festive fish dish. And this is a bit of a showstopper, this, isn't it? It
kind of is. I mean, you're looking at it as a piece there. So it's really, really simple. It's curing a piece of fish. So
yeah.
it's similar to the starting process of smoked salmon. So with smoked salmon, you cure it first before you smoke it.
Yeah.
So what we do is, and often it's wet cured, this is a dry cured. So we take a combination of sugar and salt.
It's so weird, isn't it? Because it's not cooked. It's
well, it is.
Like
Technically, it is.
I know, but in my head, I'm going, I don't know if I can trust this.
Well, it's so easy to... You can't mess it up because it's basically the two ingredients. Now, I've put beetroot in here. You don't have to do this with beetroot. I've just taken 3-4 cooked beetroot and you just blend it in a food processor and you mix this all together and it produces this...
Pink salt?
This sort of mixture over here. And then all we do is...
You can cook fish in lemon juice, can't you?
Well, you're curing it. It's exactly the same thing. So... The misconception is people think, well, it's not cooked. It is. It's cured. It's the same. It is. So what you do is you take this mixture over here. I've put it on some cling film, and then I've got a piece of fish. Now you can see the difference.
In
what
colour.
Happens with the colour, the difference between the two when it's cured. This has been pin boned. You can get it from the supermarket, and I've seen £12 to £18 for a side of salmon, and you just place it on here like this. Now the thing about this, you've got at least 20 portions, at least. Out of this. Now,
so
when you
look at it and think, as Holly said, it's a showstopper. You look at it and think it's expensive. Individually, it's £20. But you're feeding a whole load of
25 portions there.
And you also said in the break, what a lovely present to take round for somebody.
Yeah, if you're going to somebody's for Christmas or whatever, you take that and it's there.
I just order the salmon direct to your house.
Yes, please. Thank you. You shouldn't have.
Well, I did that with lobster, and I got told off. I got this screaming lady on the phone, screaming that she said, "Can you order me some lobster?" So I ordered the lobster, got my fish supplier to send it round to the house, and then you freaked out because it was still alive.
Yeah, I had to have him on a live video camera to do the whole... In fact, I didn't do it. It was you and Dan.
Yeah, exactly. So basically what you want to do is wrap this in cling film. Now, it's important when you do this to put it in the fridge, but put it in a tray, because sometimes this will leak and beetroot all over your fridge. Your white fridge is not a good look. So put it in a tray. What I would do is cure this for at least 12 hours. So it needs to be cured for 12 hours. After about 6 hours, turn it over. And just keep turning it over every couple of hours, like that. You don't even need to do it once or twice. And then what I'm going to serve it with is this little sort of mayonnaise. Now, I've got to make my own mayonnaise because I'm allergic to bought-in mayonnaise.
Are you?
Yeah. There's an Aston kiwi fruit that's the same in a sort of most bought-in mayonnaises that you buy. So to make mayonnaise, you've got egg yolks, mustard, and you just pour in vegetable oil. And you gradually pour it in a blender, and it's amazing how much egg...
so lovely.
It's so delicious, is this?
It's so lovely.
It's so delicious. And you just keep adding this. So this is, again, if you couldn't be bothered to do the salmon, take this round for Christmas as well. Homemade mayonnaise is amazing.
It's like, you know when you have smoked salmon and you're always going, oh, I really like smoked salmon. Well, I do. When it's, like, quite mild and gentle, this feels, to me, like the best. But it's almost like...
Well, the difference between that, it packs a punch, this, and it packs a punch for a following reason is the next bit. But you can see, so if I just keep adding the oils quickly like this. Now, 3 egg yolks like this will add a litre of vegetable oil. So that's how much oil's in mayonnaise. And it's always done with vegetable oil. And then all you do is you take this, and you can see already you've got mayonnaise.
Easy as that. And can you keep that for a long time?
You can keep this in the fridge for probably about 5 or 6 days, that. But what you do with this one, to finish off this, just to show you this, is I'd serve you a little gin and tonic with this, because this is the next bit.
Jeez, that is strong.
Well, it's my gin and tonic. It's just...
Is there any
proper
tonic
You can have a gin and tonic.
Wow.
You started off the show with fruit juice. We need to...
Well, no, actually, you're wrong, because we started off in the makeup room this morning with port.
Oh, well, there you go.
At 8 o'clock.
But look, you take your... This is just neat gin.
So's that!
Yeah, well, this goes over the top. Now, you can do this... You can actually do this with brandy. You can just leave as it is.
Is this just before serving?
This is just... The great thing about this now, you can do this, you can cling film it again. It'll last in the fridge for at least 10 days, 14 days. And then when you want to slice it, you then take your knife. Now, a very similar to sort of smoked salmon, what you want to do is you take a knife that's not serrated. A lot of people will try and do this with a serrated knife. What you want is a nice sharp knife, and you just thinly slice this.
So you're cutting it off the skin? Yeah,
there's a bloodline in it, you see? And that little bloodline, we try and sort of leave that behind on the fish, that little bloodline there. So it's a chefy thing. You just slice it like this. Now, the mayonnaise that I've done, I've just got a little bit of lemon juice in there with some mustard, which has just gone in here as well. So a little bit of that, which you just dollop on the side of it to keep it nice and simple. And then with the lemon, but you see how beautiful that looks. It's just, it's fantastic.
But you can buy smaller fillets like that.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I got this from my fish supply in the restaurant. So I brought it, I did it yesterday at the restaurant. You can buy smaller ones, they're like 12 quid, so 10
yeah,
quid.
which wouldn't feed so many people. But
exactly, and this is a little bit of vinaigrette. So rather than just use your standard roquette or salad, I love watercress because it's grown in Hampshire predominantly. It's the watercress line, famous watercress line. So if you want, you shock it in cold water to bring it back to life.
And then do you do that in your kitchen?
Yeah, I do it all the time like that, all over.
So
people flipping over on the floor.
And then we make a dressing. So the dressing, this is a lovely little vinaigrette, so easy to make, French-style dressing. 1 part vegetable oil. 3 parts vegetable oil, 1 part white wine vinegar, some shallot, a little bit of Dijon mustard, and then water. It's the water that's the key. That's what will bring it all together. You know when you get a French dressing, it looks like it's split?
Yeah.
If you add some water to it, it'll bring it together.
Oh, OK.
You just put that on there, and then with the lemon, a little tip, because everybody's got a lot of people coming around for Christmas. When you're doing the lemon, whatever you do, when you cut the lemon like that, slice it like that, to stop the lemon squeezing onto your next-door neighbour's plate and in their eye and everything else, you take that and you remove that little bit of the white pith. So when you squeeze it, it all just goes straight onto the salmon itself.
How come that's the first time I've ever
I have no idea. Why don't you get told that?
Well,
like when
I'm telling you now.
OK, I know, but I'm 41.
Eventually, but that little bit of white, you just remove that. Otherwise, when you squeeze it, it just goes everywhere. That
is so lovely.
So simple.
Because dill is also nice with...
well, that's it. So you can turn this into gravlax. You would just use the salt, the sugar, you'd cover it over, wash it off, no beetroot, Dijon mustard, chopped dill, you've just made gravlax. Exactly gravlax, that's what it is.
It's really lovely.
That is so lovely. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Happy Christmas.
Are you working all over Christmas?
I'm not, no. This is my last day at work because I'm in surgery next week, so I'm having an operation, but I wasn't
going to mention it.
Well, I've been hobbling around, so I do apologise.
Well, you couldn't really tell. You've hidden it very well, but you have completely stuffed up your knee.
Well, this is why I'm drinking now. Because the painkillers that I'm getting, so that's probably why I put more in. But it's been suffering for a while, but now I'm eventually going in.
Will you look after yourself?
It's given up the ghost.
It's gone. It's finally given up, yeah.
Well,
I hope the operation goes well.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you in the new year.
It's a pleasure.
All right, Merry Christmas.
You've started limping quite profusely now, haven't you?
Because he's moved.
Well, I was trying to cover it up, but now it hurts.
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
yeah.
OK, go get yourself
sit down.
I'll
for all
stay
the
and
details of today's recipe and more delicious ideas from our amazing chefs, head to the free This Morning app.